game lovers, welcome to Pixel Quest Ultimate Game Reviews. I'm your host, Emma Reeves, and I'm so excited to introduce you to our latest episode all about the iconic Super Mario 64. Get ready to dive into the fascinating world of 3D platforming and discover the groundbreaking impact that this game had on the gaming industry. So grab your controller and let's embark on this nostalgic journey together. Before Mario made the leap into the 3D world, gaming was a whole different ballgame. We're talking about a time when the concept of depth and immersion in video games was still in its early stages. Back then, 2D side-scrolling was the norm, and it was all about guiding your character from left to right, jumping over obstacles and baddies, and reaching the end of the level. It was simple, but it worked. Some iconic games of the era, like Donkey Kong, Super Mario Bros., and Sonic the Hedgehog, set the standard for what a platformer should be. These games were all about precision, timing, and mastering the art of the jump. And let's not forget about the classic collectathons, where gathering coins, rings, and power-ups became ingrained in gaming culture. But as the gaming world evolved, so did the desire for more immersive experiences. Players wanted to feel like they were truly in the game, exploring vast and dynamic environments in ways they had never experienced before. And that's where the stage was set for Mario to make his grand entrance into the 3D realm. So, as we look back at the pre-Mario 3D era, we can appreciate how these early platformers laid the groundwork for the leap into a whole new dimension of gaming. So there we have it. Super Mario 64 had just dropped, and the world of gaming had been forever changed. The groundbreaking shift from 2D to 3D was a major pivot for the gaming industry. Suddenly, players were exploring vast, open worlds in a way that had never been possible before. It was like Mario had leaped out of the TV screen and into a whole new dimension of gaming fun. The concept of 3D platforming was revolutionary. No longer were players confined to linear, side-scrolling levels. Now they could jump, swim, and fly through expansive worlds that seemed to stretch out into infinity. Super Mario 64 was the game that cracked open the possibilities of 3D platforming and set the stage for a whole new generation of games. Developers everywhere took notice. They saw the potential for creating immersive, interactive experiences that would capture the imaginations of gamers like never before. Super Mario 64 essentially laid down the blueprint for what a 3D platformer should be: dynamic camera angles, fluid movement, and diverse, interactive environments. It was like the gaming world had been given a shot of adrenaline, and the industry would never be the same again. But it wasn't just about the technical advances. Super Mario 64 also brought a sense of pure joy and exploration to the gaming world. Players could spend hours just running around in the game, discovering hidden secrets, and reveling in the sheer delight of the virtual playground. It was a game that didn't just push boundaries, it shattered them, opening up a whole new realm of possibilities for game design and player engagement. So, as we look back on the release of Super Mario 64, it's clear that this game was more than just a hit. It was a game changer. It set the stage for the 3D platform revolution and left an indelible mark on the gaming world. Super Mario 64 wasn't just a game, it was a seismic shift that laid the foundation for countless 3D platform adventures to come. And for that, we owe a debt of gratitude to a certain plumber in a red cap. As you wander through the game, you'll quickly realize that the level design in Super Mario 64 is nothing short of magical. After hopping into the sparkling portrait of Bob-omb Battlefield, you're thrown into an expansive open world where you can frolic with chain chomps, bicker with Bob-ombs, and get into a head-spinning race to the top of the mountain. The clever use of vertical space and the interconnectedness of the different areas make exploring Peach's castle an adventure in itself. As you progress, you'll encounter a wide range of diverse levels, from the lush and vibrant island in Lethal Lava Land to the enigmatic shifting sands of Shifting Sandland. The designers truly outdid themselves with these creative and immersive environments. It's amazing how each level offers a distinct and memorable experience, each with its own quirks and challenges that keep you coming back for more. And let's not forget about the secret stars hidden within the castle walls, just waiting to be uncovered by the persistent and eagle-eyed players. Whether it's navigating the treacherous, hazy maze cave or delicately balancing across the tipsy-turvy floors of Tick-Tock Clock, the game constantly keeps you on your toes, always eager to unveil its next surprise. As you delve deeper into Super Mario 64's world, you'll get a sense of the dedication and creativity poured into every corner of the game. Each level feels like a carefully crafted piece of art, inviting you to explore and discover its many secrets. This is where the magic truly comes to life, and it's no wonder that players still gush about the unique and unforgettable experiences found in Super Mario 64. Okay, so we've established that Super Mario 64 was a game changer, literally. It redefined the way we interact with video game environments. One of the key factors behind this was the introduction of groundbreaking mechanics that revolutionized the gaming landscape. First up, let's talk about the fluid movement in Super Mario 64. Before this game, most platformers had pretty linear movement, left to right, up and down. But with Mario 64, suddenly we had this free-roaming 3D space to explore. Mario could run, jump, and backflip his way through the game with unparalleled freedom. It was an absolute game changer and opened up a whole new world of possibilities for game developers. Then there's the introduction of the analog stick on the Nintendo 64 controller. This might seem like a small detail, but it completely transformed the way players interacted with the game. The nuances of movement that the analog stick allowed for added a whole new layer of depth to gameplay. Suddenly, Mario's movements were more precise and responsive than ever before. And let's not forget about the camera control. Super Mario 64 was one of the first games to really nail down the 3D camera system, giving players the ability to control their perspective and navigate the world with ease. It sounds simple now, but back then it was a revelation. So, when we talk about the Mario movement, we're not just talking about Mario himself, but about the mechanics and controls that fundamentally changed the way we played games. Super Mario 64 set a new standard for 3D platformers, and its impact is still being felt in the gaming industry today. Now let's talk about the open-world freedom that Super Mario 64 introduced to the gaming world. With its vast levels and non-linear progression, Super Mario 64 was a game-changer, quite literally. Gone were the days of side-scrolling and linear paths. Instead, players were free to roam around, explore every nook and cranny, and tackle objectives in any order they pleased. Imagine diving into a painting and finding yourself in a whole new world, free to wander and discover secrets at your own pace. This level of open-world exploration was unprecedented at the time, and it laid the groundwork for countless games that followed in its wake. Super Mario 64 showed us that gaming could be about more than just reaching the end of a level. It was about the journey, the sense of discovery, and the thrill of finding hidden surprises around every corner. This new approach to gameplay opened up a whole realm of possibilities and truly revolutionized the way we think about video game worlds. So, whether you were soaring through the sky in Bob-omb Battlefield or swimming through the depths of Jolly Roger Bay, Super Mario 64 offered a sense of freedom and exploration unlike anything we'd experienced before. And it set the stage for a new era of 3D platforming that continues to inspire game developers to this day. Super Mario 64 didn't just change the game for its own time, it set the stage for the next few decades of gaming. It's like the OG influencer in the gaming world. You know what I mean? The impact this game had on the industry was massive, and its influence is still felt across generations. Just look at all the 3D platformers and adventure games that came after it. You can't deny that they were all heavily influenced by Super Mario 64. The game's innovative 3D world design and mechanics set a new standard for what was possible in a video game. It really pushed the boundaries of what players could expect from a gaming experience. And let's not forget about the iconic Nintendo 64 controller, the first to feature an analog stick. That controller layout became the standard for 3D gaming, and we can thank Super Mario 64 for that. But it's not just about the technology and design. Mario's legacy in gaming goes beyond that. The game showed us what a true 3D platformer should look and feel like, and it inspired countless other developers to take the genre in new and exciting directions. And even today, you can see that influence in modern games. The open-world exploration, the tight controls, the immersive environments, it's all rooted in the groundwork that Super Mario 64 laid out back in '96. So yeah, you can't talk about the history of gaming without mentioning Super Mario 64 and the lasting impact it's had. It's an absolute classic that continues to shape the industry to this day. Now, let's dive into some personal nostalgia and listener stories about Super Mario 64. I remember the first time I played this game like it was yesterday. I was just a kid, and the feeling of controlling Mario in a fully 3D world was mind-blowing. It's amazing how a video game can leave such a lasting impression on us, isn't it? I've also received some great stories from listeners about their own experiences with the game. One listener shared how Super Mario 64 was the first game they ever played with their siblings, and it's a cherished memory that they still hold dear. Another listener reminisced about spending hours exploring every nook and cranny of the game, uncovering secrets and taking in the innovative 3D world. It's clear that Super Mario 64 holds a special place in the hearts of many gamers, and the nostalgia it brings is truly powerful. If you have your own personal memories or stories about Super Mario 64, I'd love to hear them. Get in touch and share your experiences with this iconic game. Now that we've revisited the iconic Super Mario 64, it's clear just how groundbreaking it was for the gaming industry. Reflecting on this classic game, it's amazing to think about the impact it had on the future of 3D platforming. From its innovative gameplay to its charming world design, Super Mario 64 truly set the standard for what 3D platforming games could be. Looking back, it's easy to see how this game paved the way for so many beloved titles that followed. Its influence can be seen in everything from level design to character movement in modern gaming. Even today, many gamers still hold Super Mario 64 in high regard, and it's not hard to understand why. As we conclude our discussion, it's hard not to feel a sense of nostalgia and appreciation for the impact that Super Mario 64 has had on the gaming world. It's a testament to the lasting power of great game design and the enduring appeal of a truly classic experience. Well, as we wrap up this episode, it's hard not to consider the impact Super Mario 64 has had on the gaming world. The fact that it set new standards for 3D platforming and gameplay in general is undeniable. Could this be the most influential game ever? It's definitely a strong contender. As we take one last look at the game that revolutionized the industry, it's clear that Super Mario 64's legacy will continue to inspire game developers and entertain players for generations to come. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into the birth of 3D platforming with Super Mario 64. Until next time, happy gaming, goodbye, and remember, it's a me, Mario.